hypothetical question, speaking of the human centipede. Would you guys consider that to be a date movie?
No.
Hell
No.
no.
Not in particular, no.
Well, I mean, maybe if somebody dated you, but I mean, like,
So it's really funny that you say that.
Oh no.
It was a
Oh,
first
no.
date movie for me with somebody. But he ended up lying, and he actually had seen it. And I told him I had already seen it, so he knew that this would be my second watch through. He just wanted to watch it with me.
Oh God.
We didn't talk again after that.
Yeah,
That's a red
little
flag.
weird. That's a little too into that
Very
movie.
It's a
Yeah.
good call.
Strange.
Thank you for
Wanted to
sharing
know.
that bit of
thanks
life
for sharing.
experience.
Jesus.
Hey,
It's
the more
horrible.
you know. The more you know.
I've never asked that. I've always wondered.
The
No.
more
I
you
was like,
know.
I'm
Man, I
down to watch
thought I
horror
took-
movies
I thought
on
I-
a date, but like,
Yeah, like I took what's it called now? Our second first date, Melissa, because we'd known each other in high school. I took her to the Mothman Prophecies, and she loved it, so that was a good one. My first wife, I took to see Philadelphia. That was a terrible fucking date movie too.
All right. You
Let's
guys want
see
to know a
somebody
great?
slowly die of fucking AIDS for 2
Don't say
hours.
Cinderella. Shad.
Shad.
With shitty
okay.
Bruce
Great date
Springsteen
movie.
music.
You want to know a great date movie? That's also a really good movie.
Don't fuck. We're moving on.
Or
Dude,
Twilight.
Go
Shad,
ahead,
Shad, Shad.
create-
I have a purpose here. I have a purpose here.
Notebook.
My first date with my wife, Cinderella.
Ah, there you go.
Is that a joke?
The Mummy
No,
2
it's
was
real.
our first
Oh,
date.
it's an inside joke for our show
inside,
because
yeah.
Shad can't stop talking. Thank God he stopped talking about Twilight because he likes it, but he keeps on saying Cinderella's like the best
Cinderella
live action.
It actually
great
is
movie.
solid.
Check it out. Go watch it.
I believe you. I believe you. I'm just like I'm a grown ass man. I'm not gonna go see fucking Cinderella. I don't have daughters. So like there's no reason for me to. My wife's not into that shit, so I ain't going. But
but if
good
your
for
wife
you.
was into that shit, would you go with her?
If yeah, because I went to see, I saw all the Twilight movies. I slept through the third one, had a good nap. But yeah.
What's the best part about the Twilight movies, Mr. Shad?
Do we have an hour?
Vampire baseball.
The credits.
It's so crazy.
The fast walk.
The superpowers are fun. The Volturi
sparkly
actually.
part.
The Volturi are fun villains, especially the main one, Arlo. He's great. You know. And
The best part about the Twilight films is that in the last one, where the big battle scene that's been set up the entire time happens, you're like, holy shit, all these fucking people are dying. It's crazy. It's fucking awesome. And then they reveal that it's not really happening. And then you're like, oh, fuck this shit.
Really?
Yeah, spoiler alert.
I wouldn't know. I slept through the whole fucking thing, man.
The chick who can like see the vision, see the future, like saw that would happen. Yeah.
Those are the worst films to clean up a theater after. I can say that much.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Bad.
What do you mean?
You could take whatever meaning you want from that statement, and it'll be
Like
true.
people are having sex during it? People are jerking each other off? Stuff like that?
scenes? No, it's just disgusting.
Or do you
Were they
mean there's a lot
sparkling?
of African American
Oh.
clientele? What do you mean?
They would watch Twilight. They were watching Twilight.
Whoops, I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit that.
I mean, both would.
They do. They do.
Sticky floors, sticky
Drip,
seats.
drip, drip.
Where's Garrett?
He's working
He's
on
doing
it.
back there.
Doing
I
things.
don't know,
Yeah.
but I do have a question that maybe the chat could help us out if we do a poll, because Savvy talked about, a really bad first date movie. And so I have a confession about a bad first date movie, and I need to know which one's worse. I have a feeling that Savvy might win. Okay. But in my defense, it was the only movie that was available. All right. But my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, our first date, I took her to see the Dragon Ball Z live action film.
Oh,
my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here's
think you
how that's
win.
not worse. Here's how that's not worse.
Okay.
When you're making out during the movie, you don't hear people shitting into somebody else's mouth.
Oh.
mean,
I would say at least the
sensation in that
DBZ
movie.
Spot
movie, you
on.
guys could have made fun of it together, right? You could have bonded over watching
Yeah.
a bad movie. You can't really bond over Human Centipede, right? Like,
Yeah.
I guess you could,
Unless
but you'd
you
have
really
to be...
get into it.
Yeah,
And many
kinda
things, but I am
crazy.
not psychopathic.
Your girlfriend hits you with the, babe, would you still love me if I was a human centipede?
Well, this is one of the reasons I.
It would depend on your spot,
I've
probably.
seen
Yeah,
Human
yeah.
Centipede cosplay at cons. Like,
That's horrific.
Oh yeah.
Californian ones.
Well, yeah.
Sounds like a
Yeah,
Californian.
I've seen one at San Diego Comic-Con. Absolutely.
Someone has to, at that point, choose to be the one who has their mouth close to someone else's ass. Like, that's just...
Hold
Yeah,
on,
it wasn't
what do you
right on
just-
the ass, but it was like,
I
you
have
know.
a serious question. What's the worser position? The second one or the third one?
The worser?
The third one,
I
obviously.
think, I think the
Third
middle one. I
One-
think the middle one is worse because you have to deal with the guilt of shitting into somebody else's mouth. Whereas if you're the third, you don't
I'd
have
have
the
bigger
guilt.
issues at that point.
I got
Well,
issues
I
with
mean-
the person
You
who
just
came
have
up with
to
this
swallow it.
story, okay?
Yeah, I get
What's wrong with you?
I don't. If I was the one in the middle, right, I wouldn't feel bad for having to shit in someone else's mouth because someone is shitting in my mouth, right?
Yeah.
So it's
We're
like
way past
I no
guilt at
longer
that point.
feel bad.
Now, speaking of shitting in mouths, we're going to talk about Mark Hamill in just a little bit. It was
Oh,
earlier
nice
this
segue.
week. Yeah.
Well, let me just end
Gotta wait
off.
till Garrett's done. He's not.
I'll
right.
finish up. This is why I knew my wife was a keeper because she was willing to go watch this movie. And,
Human Centipede?
She didn't. No.
Dragon
Dragon
Ball
Ball
Z.
Z live action, which was really bad. But
When did
I
that
was
come
trying
out?
to watch-
I
knew
remember
she was a
that.
keeper. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna. I was gonna say something very offensive about Shad's
Right.
wife, and I stopped.
Ah, do it, do it.
Thank you, Ryan.
I heard the skin. Oh.
That was like that means a lot, Ryan. It shows that there's a line, and he
Yeah, there's like a molecule of empathy in that little black heart.
And he offered it to me. This is special. This is a moment. I'm gonna remember this.
Yeah. Well, it's like when he wished me a happy birthday. I mean, he didn't even bother to fucking capitalize it or anything. It was the most low effort thing. And I'm like, you know what, from Ryan? That's downright heartfelt. Thank you.
I almost tweeted the Office GIF. It is your birthday. I almost did that one. That was kind of the way I was feeling about it. It's like,
Like lowest effort would be just HBD, just like lowercase HBD.